bagel.
Whatever that means.
We all know what it means.
Right. Well, I'm telling you, folks, my head has just been spinning, and it still is because of this guy here.
Ugh. The punishment. It may be too much to bear.
So here we are in Topman stage.
With weird flying screw thingies and flashing lights and strange jungle motif that has nothing to do with tops.
You can take off the super jump part.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've always wondered why, like, what weird jungle leaves and flying screws and hopping things and giant cats have to do with tops.
So I wanted to mention, actually I'm going to cheat a little bit and use magnets just to get these guys off my case, because I wanted to show a couple of things here.
Yeah, they're being like
idiots.
Dicks anyway. They're being something.
All right, I think I can.
Swarm of enemies.
It's all done. They just come back again.
And jump up.
I'm just gonna stay put right here.
And getting attacked by a very slow-moving screw thing.
I'm gonna share something here. Two things. First of all, if you know the game Mushroom Kingdom Fusion, it's also known as Super Mario Fusion. The music for Topman Stage is just awesome. So comment me. I'll give you the references to who to talk to. Secondly, down here, and this is just kind of a fascinating thing. My brother just makes like a lot of weird noises when he was younger.
Very fascinating.
And
sorry, go on.
He would, if you ever like imagine yourself being like 5 or 6 years old and you're playing chase, you go, "Nya, nya, 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 you can't catch me, blah, 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 blah." Anyway, my brother would, right about this point here, he would say, "Craigie, Craigie," as a reference to Boom Boom from Super Mario Bros. 3. And he would go, "Na, na, 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 na." And it just made me laugh every single time. So that is all I wanted to say about that.
Yeah, it's always fun. Especially when there's like no gameplay at all for a full minute there. But that's okay.
Yeah, it's all about commentary in this.
Indeed. And let's not...
Don't do it.
I'm sorry. Usually I think I just slide here instead of jump. But
okay. Now, down here is a bunch of bulldozers.
Thingies. Metals driving bulldozers or something.
Metuldozer.
Flavor. Oops, sorry.
It's okay. So a little bit of a review for the non-Megaman nuts here. There's a little bit of a black squiggly thing. I think Josh has another name for it. And there's like a little smiley face here, which gives you an extra life. I would highly encourage people to get that.
Because, yeah, having extra lives is generally a good thing. Unless we're talking about the Japanese version of Mario 64, after you got 999 coins from the final form of Bowser, and then every time you pick up a life you actually lose life, and every time you lose life you actually get a life. But that's just a different story entirely.
Isn't he funny, folks?
No. No, I am not.
Whatever. Okay, so there's the cat.
We'll name it Bootsy.
All I gotta do is like 3 of those. And I'm trying to also get used to like playing this on a small screen because I'm so used to doing like big screens. But because I'm making the LP, I know that once this is made,
yeah,
it's perfectly viewable. I think in like full screen mode or something like that.
Yeah.
And there's another cat. Los locos pussycatos.
And apparently this cat shoots out flea things, which I've never really seen before, because I guess they only come out if you take too long to kill it.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of...
Yeah.
I used to use the term forces a lot. So it's like the cat's little kitties, and then Topman's, and like you can see those little top robots. It's like
how are we gonna do this
like
jump
Topman's
here?
forces here.
Because yeah, the super jump is probably just gonna screw you up.
Yeah, this is like a real challenging spot because it's like if you don't hit the spike, if you don't jump off at a certain point, you can severely die, and it's a very difficult one sometimes if you don't know how to do it right. So what you have to do is make sure you hit the up button right away.
That actually does pose kind of a problem for me because I always play with the keyboard instead of a controller, and if you held too many keys at the same time, then it stops like registering all of them, and so that can screw you up.
Well, then one of Topman's
this game it's not as much as a problem, but in 4, 5, and 6, when you can charge your shots, I usually have a shot charged at all times. Then it turns out that I'll be holding like A and B and up and left at the same time, and then I'll fail to grab the ladder.
Give me the super jump.
So.
Give me the super jump quick.
Jeez.
Quick.
Oh,
thanks.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay.
Let me explain what that means.
Save you.
Well, actually, you probably already saw my first video on this, but that's just an example of how to break out of like an emergency situation. So.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Ready for cheating the system.
And once again, Mushroom Kingdom Fusion has awesome music of this.
E-tank. Okay. I guess. Usually you can just stand next to this guy and sort of spam those fists. And then
normally, if you're like in the transporter room, he freezes up pretty quickly. So I hope you enjoyed my little bit of trivia. My brother doesn't have a YouTube page, so I know Josh is used to doing this in his videos, so I'll let him have the last word before we.
I don't want the last word. I can never think of anything to say. I usually just go like, okay, and so that's the end, and then I'll end it.